I sit at my kitchen table, staring at the basement door, trying to work up some courage with a little help from Johnny Walker. I pour my third glass and toss it back in one big gulp, and then I stand up, walk across the room, and open the basement door. I can see the first 5 steps, but nothing but darkness. I prop the door open with a can of paint that was sitting on the kitchen floor, and then I walk down the first 2 steps, reach up, and pull the chain on the light hanging from the ceiling. I can see the bottom of the stairs now, and I bend down to look under the stairs. Nothing there. I look around the basement. Nothing there except for the door above the washer and dryer that leads to a crawl space under my house. I have to go down there. Need to switch out the laundry. There's nothing there that I can see, but I know it's coming. I muster up what courage I can find, and I descend the last few steps. As soon as my foot touches the concrete floor, the light goes out. I hear the paint can sliding across the floor, and then I hear the door slam shut. I knew this would happen, but I have to come down here. I take a deep breath and begin to feel my way around towards the washer and dryer. Shouldn't take more than a minute or 2. Just grab the basket, empty the dryer into the basket, put the wet clothes from the washer into the dryer, and then walk back up the steps. I find the basket sitting on top of the dryer, set it on the floor in front of the dryer, open the door, and begin pulling out the dry clothes. And then I hear it, the knock coming from the other side of the door leading to the crawl space. I brace myself and continue what I'm doing, but I can feel the goosebumps rising on my skin. I feel a chill, like the blast of cold air you feel when you walk in front of a wall-mounted air conditioner running at full blast. And then I hear the knock again, louder, more forceful this time. I continue emptying the dryer, and then I feel around for the lid of the washer. The crawl space is only a couple feet in front of me, and I hear the banging sound for a 3rd time. And then the voice, the raspy, whispering voice. "I see you," says the voice. I ignore it and continue putting wet clothes in the dryer. "I see you," says the voice. I usually ignore it, but this has been going on for almost a year now, and today, for reasons that aren't quite clear to me, I decide to answer. "What are you doing here?" I say to the darkness. "What are you doing here?" came the reply. "This is my house," I tell the thing. "This is my house," says the raspy voice. "If you were going to hurt me, you would have done it by now." "If you were going to hurt me, you would have done it by now," says the voice. "I'm not afraid of you," I lie as I finish putting the clothes into the dryer, turn the dial, and push the start button. I pick up the basket of clothes and turn to walk back the stairs when I hear a creaking sound coming from the bottom step. I stop, dead in my tracks. Whatever it is, it's between me and my way out of the basement. "What do you want?" I ask the voice. "What do you want?" came the reply. "I want to leave the basement." "I want to leave the basement," the thing replies. I begin walking toward the stairs. I tell the thing that I'm leaving now, and I ask it to please move out of the way. I hear a creaking sound higher up this time, coming from the 2nd or 3rd step. I keep walking towards the stairs when it speaks again. "Do you know what I want?" "No," is all I say. "I want you to open the door." The door to the crawl space? Is that what you mean? You want me to open the door that leads to the crawl space under my house? What will I find if I open the door? No reply. I want to know why I should open the door. I want to know what I'm going to find, I say to the darkness. No reply. I continue walking towards the stairs, and I hear a growl. A low, deep, guttural noise coming from somewhere between me and the top of the stairs. I stop, petrified, my feet glued to the floor, and then I hear the banging sound again from the crawl space. I force myself to keep walking towards the stairs, and I hear the growling again, followed by a deep, harsh exhalation, like an angry bull forcing air through its nostrils, and I feel a blast of hot air against my face. I set the basket of clothes on the concrete floor, and I back away towards the crawl space door. If I open the door, will you leave me alone? The banging sound again, as if in reply. What's in there? I ask. No reply. I turn to look in the direction of the crawl space. My eyes have adjusted somewhat to the darkness, and I can just make out the shape of the door in the wall. I start walking back toward the washer and dryer. I reach for the door. My hand stops when I find the metal latch and the eye hook that keeps the door shut. My heart is racing. The hairs on the back of my neck are standing on end. I begin to unhook the latch just as the hook is about to come out of its hole. I hear a sound like fingernails being dragged across the back of the door, and I drop the latch back into the eyelet. Open it, says the voice on the stairs. I grab the latch again, raise it up out of the eyelet, and let it drop free. The door is unlocked, and it pops open just a fraction of an inch, all on its own, and in the same instant the entire room is overtaken by a deafening silence. The sound of the dryer is there, but it's faint now, hollow and much further away than it should be. I take a step back, away from the door, and a sound like hard-packed snow crunching beneath my feet echoes all around in a way that's much too big, as though I'm in a vast, open space instead of standing in my basement. Now the sound of the dryer is gone, completely. In the distance, I hear the familiar sound of the metal hook being dropped back into the eyelet. The sound reverberates above, behind, and on both sides of me. I'm suddenly aware of an intense cold and of a faint light beginning to spread all around me. I can see trees, dead or dying, and a snow-covered landscape stretching as far as the dim light will let me see. The light has stopped spreading, and it's as bright as it's going to get. It isn't daylight, nor is it night. It's just an absence of either. There's no color, just dull gray. Everything is the same deep, dull gray. The trees, the sky, even the snow. I hear a tapping sound from somewhere behind me, like fingernails tapping on glass. I turn and follow the sound until I come to a clearing where a window hovers just a few feet off the ground. I can feel the trees watching me. They twist and bend ever so slightly, even though there isn't a hint of a breeze. The window is covered with fog, steam, something obscures the view. I wipe the glass with the sleeve of my shirt, and I see where the tapping noise was coming from. I'm looking at myself. On the other side of the glass, but it isn't me. My mirror image is moving on its own, independent of my actions, and it's using the tip of its finger to draw something on its side of the glass. I watch as it writes the words, "I told you I wanted to leave the basement."